Alright, what up YouTube? Marley G Card OG, and it's time for me to get my years in review of Modern Warfare. I'm gonna basically be talking about the multiplayer aspect of this game. I ain't gonna get into all the other modes. Just a quick summary of the other modes. I felt like Warzone was a masterpiece. I felt like Gunfight was a pretty decent switch up mode. Ground War wasn't my thing, and Spec Ops and Survival mode was an afterthought. So we just here to talk about the multiplayer. And as far as multiplayer go, I really felt like a lot of people got baited in thinking we was going to get Modern Warfare 4, but we ended up getting Ghost 2 because a lot of the design choices and the direction they was going with this game was the same issues that Ghost 1 had. It felt like I was playing a game that wasn't COD, that was trying to be COD. You know what I'm saying? I felt like they did too much to try to switch shit up and change shit. First of all, I feel like when it come to COD, a COD gonna only be as good as its maps. And as far as maps go, these was one of the most trashiest maps I ever played since Ghost. First of all, it wasn't many at launch. So we only got like maybe 9 maps, I forget. But I remember the good old days where we used to get like 16 maps at launch. Granted, that was back when they only focused on multiplayer. Now they focus on all these other big maps and Battle Royale and all that shit. So I already see why it's happening. But I think we can at least I think every car should at least have motherfucking 12 maps for multiplayer at launch. That's just me though. Now another thing with these maps had no flow whatsoever. And a lot of the reason that these maps had no flow because they was mazy, they was porous, and they was big. Especially Ramazda and Gorazna Raid, whatever the name of that map is. Another thing that hurted this motherfucking game was the doors, nigga. Once I seen motherfucking doors in this game, I already knew that was gonna be a bad design choice. It's like they just sat in the fucking room and said, how can we slow down the gameplay, cater to campers, and make a lot of bad design choices that's gonna motherfucking have no flow. And they knocked that shit out the park, nigga. They knocked that shit out the park, nigga. Once I seen them doors and played on the bed, I already knew that shit was gonna be some shit I didn't like. Now let's go ahead on and talk about the safe spaces, nigga. When you could just be sitting in a room and with the loud ass motherfucking feet, you could hear motherfucking coming from 10 miles away. You just got a fucking Claymore right here, another Claymore right there, and you aiming down sight, and you hear motherfucker coming. Ready for a Claymore to fucking get them an early Christmas gift. Right up in their motherfucking ass. I don't know how the motherfucking people think that shit is fun. I guess the only way you could think it's fun is if you trolling people like Thunder doing right now. Because that seems like that's the only way you could get some type of enjoyment out this motherfucking game. Is when you got a 7.25 and 2 Claymores and motherfucking them bitches just regenerating up out your ass every 30 seconds. So, another thing about the maps, I felt like they had no classics on this motherfucking game, except Shoot House, probably. You know what I'm saying? And then all the old maps that they put back in, it didn't even much feel like the old maps because they implemented their door shit. Thank God Rust ain't had no motherfucking doors on. I think Rust was the only motherfucking map with no doors. But I felt like the maps really hurt this game, and the flow really hurt this game. You know what I'm saying? The footsteps, all that shit played a part. It slowed down the pacing, not to mention the mounting of your gun. I ain't really have a problem with the mounting of your gun. It was just the challenges around mounting of your gun. You had to get so many kills mounting your gun. That slows down the flow. That slows down the pace. You know what I'm saying? I like a fast pace card. The mini-map. The mini-map had no red dots on the motherfucker. Even if you had your motherfucking gun without a suppressor on it, you did not show up on a mini-map as a red dot. We lucky we got a mini-map at all because before the game shipped and during the beta, we didn't even much have a mini-map. It was like motherfucking hardcore in core. You had to get the UAV just to get the mini-map. But thank God motherfuckers cry about that shit and the developers went on ahead and put it back. I guess that's what we got to do to get shit done around here, bitch. Just cry about it. But as much crying they did about it, they ain't get dead silence as a perk, and that's what I'm about to get into next. The perks. No dead silence as a perk. You know what I'm saying? I never really used dead silence much in other games, but in this one, it would have probably helped. As far as the other perks go, Ghost and Restock single-handedly damn near ruined this game. Ghost, you could be just sitting on your ass in a motherfucking safe space, hearing people coming, you know what I'm saying, where you in a area that's gonna have a lot of traffic coming through that bitch, and motherfucker ain't gonna know you right there, you know what I'm saying, even if you steal. Didn't the motherfucking Treyarch fix that problem in BO2? You had to be moving in order for Ghost to work. Don't that shit make more sense for a faster paced game? Once again, bad design choice. Point man. Point man, I ain't like the point man perk. I felt like that should have been by default. If I want to capture an objective and get points for it and do other stuff besides just getting kills, I shouldn't have to run a perk for that. That should be by default. Another thing, the most hated perk I hate up in this motherfucking game is that restock, nigga. Oh Lord, this motherfucking restock. I don't mind getting throwables, you know what I'm saying, every 30 seconds for somebody, but the motherfucking Claymores every 25, 30 seconds out of motherfucking ass, sitting in the motherfucking camping ass spot, that shit is annoying. I don't know what motherfucking was in that bitch said, oh, you know what? Let's get them Claymores every 25 seconds. That shit just motherfucking cater to campers, and it cater to trollers, and it cater to people who just motherfucking just trying to. Oh man, that shit was just dumb. I don't even want to talk about it no more. Let's go ahead on and talk about the field orders. The field orders had dead silence. Everybody wanted dead silence as a perk, like I stated, but since they put it as a field order, it was basically a crutch. So everybody ran it, which means not a lot of the other field orders got some love. Another thing I didn't like, the ammo damn crate. Now, I'm not no military man. I'm not no motherfucking smartest man in the world. But if an ammo crate is empty with no explosives in it, I don't see why the fuck that bitch would explode. And I got killed by that shit a lot of times, even on streets. It's bad enough we had to deal with the gas canisters and the fucking vehicles around the goddamn maps and all these explosions. Now we had to deal with a motherfucking empty ammo crate killing you. Ain't that some shit? The creator class. The creator class system was a step back. It's 2020 and we still had to deal with the same creator class that we had all the way in the way older cards, limiting us from our customization and our play styles. I felt like they should have just stuck with the pick 10 system. They already did it in Infinite Warfare. Why leave from it? That shit was a dumb choice. Let's go ahead on and get it. Another thing about the creator class system, why can't we get a creator class with every single loadout? You can have your kill streaks on that one too. That's one thing I did like about Ghost. You know what I'm saying? That way we ain't got to just stick with the same 3 kill streaks that we picked before the game. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the map, we could run with a different loadout with a set of streaks for that loadout. But let's go ahead on and talk about the streaks. The streaks were boring, lackluster, and no innovation. And another thing that hurt these streaks, it was no ground AI streaks that could wreak havoc on campers and come flush them bitches out their little safe spaces. The only innovative streaks that they had was the cluster, the precision, and the white phosphorus. And let me tell you about all these. The cluster and precision was basically for Warzone, I feel. And they just said, oh, well, we could put these in a regular multiplayer too. Because if you think about it, every other kill streak that you got to call in and shit, you looking above the map and you can see how you want to place it. But on these basically was a Warzone Battle Royale streak, you know what I'm saying? Where you just looking in front of you and you could just send that bitch right then and there. So even though they were innovative, it just didn't work out for multiplayer. You know what I'm saying? It basically for Warzone in my opinion. And the white phosphorus, that shit was a dumbass design. Why the fuck would you want to call some shit in that's going to blind you and your team? Dumb design. I already talked about the big footsteps. I didn't like that spawn from above shit where when you die, you looking at the map from above and then you gotta motherfucking wait to the fucking camera shift and now you looking through your operator eyes. That's maybe a nitpick, but I hated that shit. Now sometimes you can motherfucking see an enemy about to get ready to come to you and you can put some lead on his head. That shit was kind of funny, but for the most part, I think that shit should have been took out the game. There was no reason for it. Another thing I hate about this game, no motherfucking map vote. If you ain't like a map vote, you had to exit the whole lobby and go motherfucking find a new lobby just to go start a new map. So when Piccadilly came up, oh yeah, everybody motherfucking exited. That shit was just dumb. Why the fuck would you take out no map vote? Now, I felt like it had no innovative modes with 6v6. All the innovative modes that they had was the new gunfight, the new ground war, and all this shit. But as far as 6v6 go, I felt like they ain't had a lot of innovative, fun-ass modes. But with all these things I talked about, I felt like this card had a lot of good potential. Y'all could let me know how y'all feel about this card down below in the section. In the comment section. Go ahead on and like, comment, subscribe, and share if you like the video. But in my next video, I'll go ahead on and talk about what Modern Warfare did right. But in this video, I talked about what they did wrong, and all these wrongs significantly hurt this game. But until next time, y'all be on the lookout for my next video.
I got the right side. I hit that top right. That's out of circle. You just gotta hold here. Left, left.
Yo, I'm getting clapped right there.
Yeah.
UAV, right side. UAV. Look at it, UAV. They're pushing us.
Yeah.
Oh, they're fighting.
I got that guy.
Oh,
Good RPG, good
Bro.
RPG.
yep.
I'm about to snipe
Wait.
him, bro. Let him pop up, let him peek.
Down.
He's one shot.
Wipe.
Good shit. Good shit, bro. Good plays.
Let's